Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is Ocean Jasper. I'm an intuitive tarot reader, and today I'm going to help you find out what do people say behind your back. So we have three piles here that you can choose from. There is a Spirit Song Tarot deck in pile number 1 with a golden leaf and a pine cone. Then we have pile number 2 with the Impressionist Tarot, a rose quartz heart and autumn berries. And in pile number 3 we have the Mystic Fairy Tarot with pine leaves and an apricot seed. You can pause the video here and take as much time as you like, or you can go impulsively with your choice, taking the first pile that has caught your attention. Whatever works with you is going to be fine. You are guided by spirit to take the right pile for you. So don't hesitate whatsoever. There's no need to overthink. You are even free to choose more than a pile if you feel called to do so. So another thing that I have to say to you though is that this is a general reading, therefore it may or may not resonate entirely with all of you, or even just a portion of the video might resonate with you and not the rest, which is why it's very important that you always follow your intuition, take what feels right and leave the rest, and try not to get too attached to the results of the reading. I am available for private reading if you ever desire to get a specific reading about your private situation, and you can find my email in the info box below. I'm also available for Reiki healing session if you would ever desire to get one. I'm a Reiki practitioner. I am certified to send distant Reiki, so you could get one of those for yourself, and you can find all the information if you send me an email. And for the rest, you can find all the names of the decks in the info box below. They are listed, even the oracle ones that I'm going to use today, as a form of my Amazon affiliate link, which means if you decide to get one of those decks from those links, you're also going to have the channel slightly with a tiny little commission that will come from Amazon and not from you. Indeed, for you the price is going to be the exact same as everywhere else. Finally, if you would like to support the channel, you have a few ways to do so. There is the donate button, so you could send a little donation so that I could buy more decks, so you could send a deck my way using my Amazon wishlist, or simply like, share, comment and subscribe. I'm going to respond to every single comment of you, so don't hesitate writing down the pile that you've chosen, writing down your thoughts and feedbacks. I will always have a little chat with you. I'm so pleased to do so, and thank you so much for all the support received in the last couple of years. You are allowing to turn my dreams into reality, so thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. That's really everything. I'll see you at the beginning of your reading. Hello my beauties, welcome to your reading. If you have chosen pile number 1 with the golden leaf and the pine cone, I'm going to keep these on the side as a reference to your reading. We're going to use the Spirit Song Tarot deck and we're going to shuffle it in camera. You can find the name of this deck and the link where to buy it in the info box below. There is an Amazon affiliate link, so if you decide to buy from there, you're also going to have the channel slightly with a tiny commission that comes from Amazon and not from you. Indeed, the cost for you is going to be the exact same as everywhere else. Okay, so let's see what people say behind your back. What do people say about you? Please and thank you, dear spirit. What did this say behind your back for pile number 1? We have Queen of Crystals that jumped up, and then the Ace of Acorns, the 10 of Acorns, clarified by the King of Crystals, the King of Feathers in reverse, and the Magician. Let me just check if the light is okay. Probably this is a little better. Was way too bright. So what do people say behind your back? Queen of Crystals and Ace of Acorns. Then 10 of Acorns and King of Crystals. So I definitely see that people say that you are very maternal, that you're very generous, that you're really good with your money, that you're really good at investing money in the right direction as well. They say about you that you're very creative, that you have a creative force within you that guides you, and especially it seems like you're able to work with your passions, with your talents. So you were able to turn a hobby into an income for yourself. That's what I'm seeing here. So they say about you possibly that you also have, they might think, or they might say to other people that you have a lot of money, that you're really loaded. And but generally they say as well that you are generous, because this Queen of Crystals is upright instead of being in reverse. So they definitely think that you are not too tight with your money. Also, they say to other people that you're one of those people that show love through practical help, and that you're serving of other people. They might say as well that you do your job slowly, but you do it very well. Okay, so there is this low energy of any pentacles. The crystals are the pentacles in this deck. So they might say that as well with this head jug. They might say that you have your way to protect yourself, that you might look defensive on the outside, that you might show your that you might be a little spiky at first, but then eventually you're able to show the soft side of yourself. But when people don't know you, they might actually perceive you as closed up, as reserved, or somebody that doesn't really want to get too close with somebody. Possibly you're not really into hugs or physical contact. You, if people try to do that, you react, stepping back or letting them understand that you're not really a hugger. But eventually, when you end up knowing the person and you learn how to trust them, then you're able to show the soft side of you. But it's something that you keep it private for only a small circle of people. Ten of Acorns and King of Crystals. Clearly you are a hard worker with this King of Crystals, and they might say as well that you are, that you have boss skills, whether you are an actual boss or not. They might say to other people that you have this authoritarian energy, that you don't mind saying people what they need to do, so that you can manage a situation where there's a lot of workers behind you, and that you have to direct in the different areas, in different fields. So they might say that you're actually able to maintain situations under control, and that you're really good at planning ahead. But with this Ten of Acorns, they say to other people as well that you look probably tired all the time, and that you're visibly overloaded with responsibilities and with tasks. Maybe you're working over hours, you're staying at work longer than other people. They definitely see you as a hard worker person for sure, but it's good because they see that you're really passionate about what you do, and that you keep having new ideas and new elements to spice up the situation, the work environment, the family, the relationship, whatever that is. They can see that whatever you do it with care and love and a practical sense, and with a lot of passions for it as well. But you do get tired. So they might say as well to other people that you could be suffering from fatigue, maybe, with this Ten of Acorns, or that you overdo it most of the time. As I said, you just charge yourself with too much responsibilities or work longer than you need to, because you're very, very dedicated. But you might burn yourself out. That's what they are saying to other people. And then King of Feathers in reverse and the Magician. They might say to other people that you can be quite secretive when it's about what you're trying to manifest. So if you have a dream or a project, or if there is a new job that you're trying to manifest, or a new relationship, like you're really reserved and secretive about it. You don't speak very much about what you're about to create, or what is the actual plan that you have. Okay, so you might give task to people, telling them what they need to do, but ultimately they don't understand exactly why they're doing it, because you have not shared with them the full picture. If it is a work environment, because there's a lot of work here, there's a lot of pentacles, so that's why I'm seeing that scenario. But as well, if it is a friend environment, they might say that you don't really share it when you don't really share what is it that is going to be your next step. For example, if you are about to date somebody, if you're looking for somebody, even if you are putting all of your energies to save up and travel to Costa Rica and make a photo shoot there, or make a documentary for Netflix, whatever that is, you just keep that dreams, the big dreams, you keep them for yourself. Another thing that I'm saying here is that people might be jealous, first of all, of what you can create, of the willpower that you have, because there's a lot of willpower here, but they might be jealous of that, and they might actually be slightly bitchy about it, and therefore being envious and saying, not all of them, because I see that there's only a small portion, only these King of Feathers might have sometimes the energy of somebody that is having harsh words for you, and that is considering you as an unfair boss, as a cold bitch. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm seeing. Somebody that is really cold and detached, that doesn't share anything, that act authoritarian and unfair, that does not share many truths, and is not really clear with their intention. So some people might be saying those things just because they are envious of the fact that you are able to create whatever you want. Okay, because there's a lot of confidence in you, so that's what they are saying as well, that you're really, really confident about yourself. If you, I'm just noticing now, well, there is a king and a queen of crystals, so you might be in a couple as well for some of you. So they might notice how they might say to other people that you are on a really that you are partnered with somebody that is very similar to you, that both of you are really hard worker. Could be that both of you are workaholic. The difference between you two is that one of you get really tired and talks about being tired all the time, and the other one instead is just, especially the feminine energy, seems to be more excited and never getting tired and always on the ball. Do you say that? So they might be saying that about the couple if you are together with somebody. Or if you have a co-worker or a partner at work, for example, that you work with, they might be noticing that difference between the two of you, but nevertheless they might think that you both are a good team together. So let me get some other cards. What else do they say behind your back? King of Feathers in reverse as well. Some people might be saying about you that you're not honest, that you could be lying, or that you could be manipulative as well in order to achieve what you want, that you would be able to manipulate other people just to satisfy that manifestation that you want to create, so without having much morals. But I think that this is just a small portion of what people might be saying, and especially because they're envious of what you're creating, as I said, because generally I see the majority of people see you as a beautiful queen of crystals that has lovely motives. Okay, somebody that is really, really happy to help other people, and that does it with with her heart. Okay, the Hermit in reverse, the Knight of Shells in reverse, King of Shells in reverse, Ten of Feathers, Ten of Crystals, and the Queen of Shells. Okay, so what I notice here in the very middle of the reading is that some people might be saying behind your back that you are emotionally unavailable right now because you're going through a really big loss that you're still grieving, whether somebody in your life has died, or whether you had a really hard breakup, or whether you have lost a job. It seems that people are saying she or he is not really able to be open to make new friends, or to date or try a new relationship, and they might as well say that you're not really able to talk about your feelings and talk about your emotions, or giving loving advice to others. As we saw before with the Queen of Pentacles, it really feels like you are good at helping other people with practical material help. So you won't be saying the most loving words, but you will give them food and accommodation. For example, you will cover them with gifts, or you will help them out if they are struggling with their taxes, for example. You will be there, but you're not going to be one of those people that are really really loving in their words, but more in their actions. Hermit and Knight of Shells in reverse. I hear mysterious charmer. Okay, somebody that is quite elegant and charming, but mysterious, because you don't show your emotions, as we saw, that you don't show your feelings, and so they don't really know what's in your world, in your inner world, what's in your mind. You might want to spend a lot of time on your own. Some people might wonder if certain gestures of yours come from a place of wanting to hit on them or not. And they keep having the mystery. They don't fully understand whether that's what you're doing, because you might act flirtatious, but not with the intention to actually flirt with them. Possibly just because you might have a really sexy voice or a sexy figure, and whatever you do, whatever gesture you do, is art and to other people, and they just get really enchanted by you. But yeah, Knight of Shells, actually being a knight and being in reverse, also feels like you don't really make actions. Especially, people might be saying that you're not taking actions in love in general, that you don't talk about your dating situation. Yeah, that comes out clear there. Knight of Shells in reverse and the Hermit together really feels like you're really private about your dating scene. Ten of Crystals in reverse and Queen of Shells. Ultimately, people say behind your back that you might not always be a stable presence, you might not always be reliable, or you might not always be a source of money and financial support, but you are a lovable person. They can see that you are maternal, that you are really loving and compassionate. Whether you are able to show it just through help, that is not an issue. People still see that you are soft-hearted. What I'm saying though again is that you might be emotionally not available again with this combination of the Queen of Shells and the Ten of Crystals. That if you're looking for something, they might be saying, oh, she's definitely not looking for a partner, for a long-term situationship here, because there is still a situation they need to find alignment. He still need to find stability in her home sector, or in her financial sector. Let me see what else. You might reject a lot of offers with this Knight of Shells in reverse. So they might be saying, oh yeah, she's great, but she will never accept me for a date, or she's not accepting my offer, or she's not open for dating, or she rejects a lot of people, she is a heartbreaker. And don't focus on the genders, because this is not a gender specific reading. Queen of Feathers, yeah, Ace of Shells in reverse. Definitely they say to people that you are, at least on the outside, you are perceived as cold and attached from your feelings, and definitely not open for a new beginning in love. The Moon, again, this mysterious aspect of yours, and resistant to transformation. So you might not speak with people about this, but you have a hard time letting go of what you have lost. Six of Crystals and the Sun. Well, here I can see that you are always there for your friends, that there is an equal give and take with others, that if they need you, you're going to be there. If something is upsetting them, you're always able to make them laugh, or to bring joy and light within their lives. So you always bring joy and light within a room. So there is no dark energy about you. They yes, they might see you cold and detached, but it doesn't mean that you have a heavy energy on you when you go around, and they just perceive you as an emotionally unavailable, but you're still like a good friend, or a good co-worker, or a good family member. And reliable as well, and really, really honest, and really, you might sometimes be quite too direct or too straightforward, but some people will like it, some people won't, but I think personally that is a good attitude. So let me check now some oracle cards. I have a few oracle cards that I selected even before starting your reading, so let's have a look at what they are. There is Spirit World, Messages, Assistance, and Memories. So this card in particular, called the Secret Seances, speak about being able to be in touch with the other world, as in receiving messages from spirits as well, receiving assistance from your ancestors, being able to speak with somebody that has passed away, or even just having memories from your previous life. Oh, memories, being able to share memories from people that has passed away. It seems like you might have some psychic abilities as well, or at least to be able to speak with the dead. It might resonate with some of you. Or that when you help people, it seems like it's spirits directly helping them. They can see that you are really inspired to help other people, and that you always carry a lot of wisdom with you, so they feel as if you have received knowledge directly from the source. Of course, people might as well, if they are might be saying that you are lying. That we said before, there was a card, the Liar card, yeah, the King of Feathers in reverse. some people might be saying about you that you pretend that you can speak with the dead and just to make money, but in reality you are a fraud. I'm sorry if this offends you, really hope it won't. It's just a message that has come through, and I can see that most people do say really good things about you in general, but that could be a scenario for some of you. You might be able to tell me if does resonate. The turtle, then, I liked about these cards that came out blue. The turtles speak about somebody that is very reliable and stable, as well, though the turtle in that booklet talks about somebody that, I mean, it reminds of a native Indian story about the turtle seen as the animal that carried the whole world on their shell. And that really makes sense because you had the Ten of Wands, which is the card of somebody that is carrying way too many responsibility on your shoulders. So that could be as well something that they say to you. As well, this card is part of the water realm, so definitely I can see that people would be saying to you that you are an emotional, intelligent person, even though you might not necessarily speak about your personal feelings and emotions, but you do understand other people's. Then there is Olive in reverse. It came out actually, and so this card in reverse speak about somebody that is overly critic towards themselves, or that, yeah, that is quite picky about themselves. And so that could be as well one of the reasons why some people think that you are, or say that you are, a workaholic. And you might be a workaholic because you really perfectionist in what you do, so you will work until you are happy with the result. But ultimately there will always be a critic word that you say about your job, so you're way too critical, that's what they say. And could be as well that you could be critical about others, okay? That some people would see you as a boss that is a little critical towards the people that they're working for her or for him, and that it is hard at times because you are a perfectionist, and therefore you don't give them an easy time when they have to work for you. Then we have the mice and the coffin together, and it really struck a chord here because the mice speak about loss in general, or damage, as well as worries and anxieties. And the coffin speak about something that is over, something that sometimes is about a death, of course, and not necessarily, but definitely having to let go of something that is not existing anymore. And it really makes sense with that Ten of Swords that we saw before, the Ten of Feathers. Okay, you remember when we said people might be saying that you are emotionally unavailable because you're still attached to something that happened in the past that might have hurt you, or some big relationship or job that you have lost, so a big loss. So people say that they can notice the damage that this loss has made on you, and it might have created this anxious energy within you, so it might have made you more worried than usual. Okay, but then we finished the reading with the dolphin, which is such a beautiful card. I think I want to read you the booklet for this card. Is actually the card that I used today as well. It came out when I shuffled the cards for the community, so I placed a post, so you can also read it there if you want. The gifts of the dolphin are beyond what our human minds can grasp. Dolphin personalities are often drawn to the healing arts as they are sensitive to the subtle and enjoy working on the level of spirit. And that would make sense with this spiritual card that we got there. It's easy for dolphin types to underestimate the impact they make in the world. These creatures play such an important role in the wheel of karma that coming in contact with a dolphin type will change the entire course of your day and thus your life. This card can also indicate a profound blessing is on the way. When in balance, active healer and strong spiritual practice. When out of balance, underestimates your own power. So that's what we saw as well with the olive in reverse, that critical aspect of you, that you might be overly critical towards yourself or underestimate your power, but clearly you are a healer and people notice that and notice your power. That's really beautiful. I really hope that this reading has resonated with you. Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you haven't done it yet. Also, there is the bell that you can hit if you want to be notified anytime that I publish a new video, which happens every week, multiple times a week actually. So if you never want to miss a video, just hit the bell. Also, yes, there is a possibility to get a private reading with me. If you want, you can find the email in the info box below. Same for Reiki healing session as well. And there is a possibility to support the channel in other ways, like donations or sending a deck from my Amazon wish list. So that's really everything for today. I can't wait to see you again in the next video. Bye bye guys, big hugs to you. Hello my dear, welcome to your reading. If you have chosen pile number 2 with Impressionist Tarot, the Rose Quartz Heart and the Autumn Berries, I'm going to shuffle the cards in camera today with this deck that you can find in the info box below in case you like it and you want to get it for yourself. You can find the Amazon affiliate link, which means if you decide to buy the deck from there, you're also going to have the channel slightly with a tiny little commission that will come from Amazon and not from you. I love that this heart is rotating. Oh my god, it's so nice. And so yeah, the cost for you will be the exact same as everywhere else. Also, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this video if you enjoyed. It would mean the world to me. So let's see what people say behind your back. Please, dear Spirit, tell us what people say about them to their back. Please, dear Spirit, what do they say behind their back? We're going to use some oracle cards at the end as well, so stay around for that. Knight of Wands upright with the World. Then we have the Emperor, the Ace of Wands in reverse, the Tower, Six of Wands in reverse. I'm gonna keep it like that for now. So what I'm seeing here, Knight of Wands and the World upright. So you might be somebody that's definitely enjoying opening up your horizon, try new things, being a pioneer, also traveling a lot. That might be something that you enjoy doing. People definitely say that you don't mind being the one taking the first step, acting towards others, as in making the first step. If you have some particular interest, you might know lots of different languages. I hear that you might be quite an international person, knowing peoples all over the world. You might have a lot of knowledge about the world in general. You might like to explore lots of new areas that you have not explored before. So they say that you're a very curious person and also very attractive, I can say, with this Knight of Wands, and quite passionate in general and enthusiastic about what you do. You might feel as if the world is on your hand, and that's what people perceive about you as well, that there's nothing stopping you. And with this Emperor as well, they might be saying that you are quite an important figure in their life, or that they really admire you. They hold a lot of self-esteem for you. And the Ace of Wands, what is telling me this Ace of Wands there? Ace of Wands generally speak about, yes, not being impulsive. When you have a new opportunity, you really take your time to decide whether it's a good investment for the future. Okay, with these two cards together, you really plan ahead your future. With this Emperor, you feel like you have a lot of responsibility, both for yourself and for others, so you take one step at a time, and you need to feel very confident about each of those steps. So as well, I can see that this Emperor and the Ace of Wands, that you're quite a respectful person, and that you don't want to start a relationship, for example, or you don't want to go on a date just with the intention to be physical with them, because that's definitely something that comes out of here. The ones can often, the ones in the original tarot, or in some of the decks, are represented by a phallic symbol, so we cannot not talk about that, of course. So yes, they generally they say that you are really good at taking the initiative, and but that you don't have bad intentions, or that you do think a lot before making a big investment or starting a big new project or a big new relationship. You do take your time. Definitely with this Emperor, I feel as low energy. With the Tower and the Six of Wands in reverse. So, okay, I have here a message coming out. It might not resonate with all of you. It's a little spicy in the sense that on the outside you don't look at all, but when they finally end up having some intimate moment with you, they figure out that you are explosive. Okay, that there's a lot of fire coming out of you, that you're really passionate and quite sexy, quite hot. That's what I'm seeing here, and that you really shock people because they would not expect that from you. And as well with the open horizon, you might be quite flexible, as in open-minded to try new things in that sector. So that's definitely something that they might say about you. So what else? I can see with this Six of Wands in reverse, they say that you are not one of those people that really show off about your talents or skills or achievement. You're quite reserved in that sense. What else am I seeing? Yeah, that's mainly what I perceive here. Let's get more cards. Queen of Cups, that's so nice. Five of Wands in reverse, Three of Pentacles upright, Magician, High Priestess, King of Wands in reverse, and the Empress. So there's definitely a lot of feminine energy here with Empress, Queen of Cups, and the High Priestess. So whether you are a male or a female doesn't matter, but people definitely perceive that beauty and elegance, elegance about you, and you might put a lot of effort in your physical, in your exterior aspect. You might be into fashion, that's what I'm sensing here, or that you put a lot of care into details, especially the way you look. Also, people might say that you are really, really strong, confident, independent person, that you are able to achieve whatever you want, that whatever you touch, it turns into lushing green, and that you have a really, really good sixth sense, that your intuition is unbelievable. You might be able to perceive things before they happen, so you might have a good ability to predict some aspect of the future at least. Or you might be the type of person that you will always say, I told you that was going to happen. I told you if you was going to do that, if you were going to do that, that would happen. So they find you as a really wise person in general, and also very loving and compassionate and caring. Five of Wands in reverse, they can see that you put love first all the time. Even when there's some conflict, you prefer to avoid conflicts at all costs. And you don't have that ego. With the Six of Wands as well, there's lack of ego. So you would rather maintain the harmony of the situation, of the place, of the group, than getting into a fight. So you would rather take the blame even if you don't have it. For giving you an example, and you don't answer back when people would offend you or try to trigger you or insult you. You don't answer back, so you just answer with love. That's what I'm seeing. You're just really, really wise, really maternal as well. There's so much beauty about you with this tree, with this Empress. And the Three of Pentacles, it seems like they are saying behind your back that you are really good at collaborating with others. You're really good in teamwork in general, and that you always want the best of the people you're working for, and that they can always rely on your intuition, on your predictions. So people might often come to you for advice, and they might spread the voice as well about your intuitive abilities. Knight of Wands and the Empress, they might actually say, because before I was talking about the Empress alone, but together with the King of Wands, they might actually say that you have a huge potential to create whatever you want in life, and even to open a few different businesses and earn a lot of money. But it feels like sometimes you don't have that entrepreneur mind, so you don't start the project. You're not really interested in that, so you don't have as much excitement or enthusiasm or confidence when it's about creating a prosperity for yourself. That's what I'm seeing. So see, before what we had there, the Tower, Emperor. Yeah, as well with this Ace of Wands, that's why I wanted to check. Ace of Wands in reverse and the King of Wands in reverse. So there is some potential that you're not using. That's what they are thinking. There is some project that you could start and be really great, something crafty, something artistic, and you're not doing it. And you could make a lot of money with it. Attract a lot of abundance and prosperity for yourself, but you're not doing it for yourself. It could be the first time of you, you're quite nomadic and you prefer to keep changing location, that you don't really like the idea of settling somewhere, at least not yet. Let's see what else they're saying. The Devil, Seven of Pentacles. Woo! This couple together. Two Pentacles in reverse, the Star in reverse, Ace of Pentacles in reverse and Eight of Wands in reverse. I really feel the energy of somebody that likes traveling and likes making new connections, but does not like to commit to those connections, that likes to have a lot of fun and then leave the other people hanging on. Okay, so other people say that you are their dream, everything that they've been wishing for, but you are an attainable dream, unreachable dream, something that they cannot really fully grasp. People would want to start a partnership with you, a romantic relationship with you, even, or even a work start a work project with you, commit with something long term with you, but you're just too tempted by traveling, for example, or you're just too you want to achieve immediate results, so you're not, even though the Emperor gives the opposite energy. The Emperor that we saw before is somebody that is able to make plans for the future, but then it was clarified by the Ace of Wands in reverse. So it could be that yes, you do think about your future, but you do not enter into new businesses with others, into new projects. You don't want to invest with others. You don't want to feel trapped in that sense. For some of you, that at least is that scenario that is coming out. Because the Ace of Pentacles in reverse as well is denying a new possible beginning that could be prosperous for you, a new commitment, definitely. And the Eight of Wands in reverse is like lack of communication or distance between two people that are living in two different countries. So it feels like that for some of you, maybe a small portion of you, because you like traveling a lot, because you don't like to be settling down, you cannot start a serious beginning with anybody. So that's what some people might be telling about you, that there is some sort of stability about you. You might have a lot of down to earth type of energy, but you're still pretty much on the clouds, a big dreamer, and you're not ready to settle anywhere, or you don't want to put your talents into fruition just yet, even as we saw before. There's a lot of temptations energy here. Some of you might be saying that you are quite affected by some of your addictions, and some of you might say that instead you are really a big temptation for them. That people have this impatience to be with you. Let me see what else. It could be as well that some people might be saying about you that you tempt them and then leave them waiting. As in, you give them the honey trap and then you make them waiting. And it would make sense with the Knight of Wands energy that we saw before as well. Seven of Cups, again, the Dreamer card. Somebody that have too many options in their head, too many ideas, too many dreams. Queen of Wands, so a lot of talents, definitely. You would have a lot of options. If you wanted, you could be an entrepreneur, you could open 7 different businesses and be great at it. It seems though, yeah, it seems like people say about you that you have a lot of artistic abilities, but that you don't put them to fruition. Sorry, this is the Knight of Cups in reverse. And the Hierophant. So people might say that you do reject love offers, especially if they include a commitment or a long-term investment or a traditional type of union. Okay. 10 of Wands and Oh, this is the Emperor. We've been calling it. Sorry, guys. That was a King of Pentacles. Really, really sorry. Anyway, it's very similar energy to the Emperor because it's very down to earth, very slow movement. So it makes sense with the Ace of Wands in reverse underneath, because you do take your time in order to start something new. You take your you do things very slowly, and you are reluctant to impulsive decisions. Ten of Wands and the Emperor. So people might be saying about you that you are overloaded with responsibility, or that you try not to be overloaded with responsibilities. But generally, yeah, it would. Ten of Wands. People might be saying that that you show tiredness a lot of the time. If you are sick of something, you're going to say it. People notice your confidence and your ability to be a boss if needed, and be authoritarian if needed. Let me see what else. Page of Wands. Very curious. Three of Cups. So it could be that you're really good. People might be saying about you that you're really good at making new friends, because you are good at initiating conversation or being curious about their life. As well, though, this could be interest into polyamory for some of you, and that you are interested in the pleasures of life, that you are hedonistic. King of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. So definitely people say that you are a trustworthy person, that you're lovable, that you're always generous, that you're always giving to other people, that they feel on the same level with you. Knight of Pentacles and Strength. Again, this low energy, and being quite brave as well at try new things. We saw with the universe before, then we noticed the traveling aspect. So you might be really brave at coming out of your comfort zone, but you do it at your own time. You do it really slowly. So you like taking new actions, and you like the idea of small little investment where you are in charge of it, and you're definitely courageous in that field, in that sense. Let me get some oracle cards for you now. So I already draw a little bunch of oracle cards for you before the recording, and one of these is Salmon, and the Salmon speak about a really magic person that has a lot of intuitive abilities, and that is quite wise as well. And it makes sense with all these authoritarian figure we found: the King of Pentacles, the King of Cups, the Emperor. So definitely a wise person. Then we have Butterfly, and of course people think of you as a cheerful person and graceful as well, but that can be as well fragile and possibly going through a process of transformation currently. And then we have the Giant Redwood, and the Giant Redwood talks about somebody that might feel inadequate. Do you see how little is this deer compared to the Giant Redwood? Okay, so they might think of you as, they might say about you that you are somebody that might feel inadequate, and that's why you might not want to push yourself into those new project or big investment, as in you prefer to to fly low just because you don't want to, because you might think that you're not capable enough for a certain achievement. And then we have gentleman and lady. So some of you actually say about you that you are their soulmate, whether you are a woman or a man. They might really be saying to other people that you're really important to them, that you really stand out, that you are their dreams and somebody that they would really want to be with. So that's all the oracle cards that I have. So I really hope that you guys have enjoyed it and that it resonated with you. Let me know in the comments below. I'll answer to each one of you, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you haven't done it yet. It would truly make such a huge difference. And hit the notification bell down below if you want to be notified anytime that I publish a new video, and it happens every single week, multiple times. So if you want to be the first one, or if you don't want to miss out, just hit the bell. And don't hesitate to contact me if you would like a private reading. You can find the email in the info box below, or if you would like to receive a Reiki healing session, a distant one of course, pre-recorded just for you. And for the rest, thank you so much for all of your support, guys. You are sweethearts, and you just are allowing my dreams to become more and more true every single day. So thanks so much from the bottom of my heart. And if you would like to support the channel even more, there is a donation opportunity in the info box below, or the possibility to send a deck using my Amazon wish list. So that's everything for now. Can't wait to see you again in the next video, or to interact with you in the meantime in the comment section down below. Bye bye, guys. Hello my dear, welcome to your reading. If you have chosen pile number 3 with the apricot seed and the pine leaf, so we're going to shuffle the cards in camera today, and we're going to ask Spirit, what do people say behind your back, please? And thank you, dear Spirit. What did they say behind their back for pile number 3, please? And thank you. There is one card. Oof, it flew away. They don't want to be part of the reading. It's too far away now. Sorry, I can't reach it. So, what did they say behind your back? If you like this deck and would like to get one for yourself, you can find the Amazon affiliate link in the info box below. And by buying the deck from there, you're also going to have the channel slightly with a tiny little commission that will come from Amazon and not from you. Indeed, for you the price will be the exact same as everywhere else. Ooh, they didn't want to mix. What a mess. Okay, so then the deck is ready. What do we have? The Page of Wands, the Queen of Swords. I absolutely adore this deck. Ace of Wands, Nine of Cups, Four of Swords, and Two of Wands. What do people say behind your back? People might say with this Page of Wands that you might be slightly naive and slightly innocent and childlike. You might have a really childlike spirit. You might like to be mischievous and be curious and try things that you have not tried before. That you might be slightly unexperienced in certain fields. With this Queen of Swords, it's a funny combination. Queen of Swords really talk about somebody that is really honest and straightforward, really direct. Also somebody very witty and intelligent, and somebody that knows what they want to achieve, and somebody that doesn't have a trouble cutting off other people if they're not serving them. So it feels like being having a free spirit, or having this childlike spirit at least, feels very important to you. So people think that if they are not similar to you, if they don't have a similar energy as yours, you're going to cut them off of your life. So it feels like people are saying behind your back that you have really high standards regarding who should you hang out with. So you're very specific about what type of friends or what type of relationship you want to have in general. As well, being page of wands could be that you're very creative, that you like to try new different forms of art, even though you're not experiencing any of them just yet. You find it very important to you, and so that's the tribe that you want to hang out with, and you're not interested in anybody else that is not similar to you. Ace of Wands and Nine of Cups. So they say about you that you're really satisfied emotionally, very independent. You don't need anybody else to be happy. You're not looking for happiness in another person. Indeed, you have this fire about you. You have all of these passions, as we saw with the Page of Wands already. And there's an incredible excitement for being alive, and is enthusiasm about trying something new. So you love trying new things. At least that's what they say about you, that you are 100% dedicated to your passion and hobbies and talents, and that's what makes you happy. You're not really looking for anything else. Although some people might as well say that it's really satisfying being with you. You really fulfill them emotionally because you're just so alive. You are a spark in their life that has turned their life around, because you're just so fizzy, so your energy is super high. You're always so witty and funny and excited about the small little things, excited about trying new things, and so it's really satisfying being with you. Four of Swords and Two of Wands. People also say about you that you might, if you need to rest, you're going to rest. So they might be waiting around for you. That's what some people might say about you. That you really respect your needs, your physiological needs. So if you feel like you need to recharge your batteries, that's what you're going to do. You might love laying in bed. Some people might want to say that about you. And you're always projected into the future with these Two of Wands. In this particular card, there is a couple of kids making a pact, making an agreement, deciding, okay, we're going to do this tomorrow. You know, they are making a plan. So you do like, people might say about you that you are a good person to make a plan with. So if you would offer them something, they're definitely going to say yes, because they know, at least they know that you're always going to say yes, because you are curious and you throw yourself into new paths and new projects and new ideas. So they know that you would say yes. But also they would know that there would be the cost of having to wait around for you, for your times, because you are a free spirit. That's what I'm seeing here. So let's get a few more cards. Actually, I need to change the battery first. So let's keep shuffle for a few more cards. What did they say behind your back for pile number 3, please, and thank you. King of Swords in reverse. The Devil. Oof, in reverse. Four of Cups upright. The Fool. The World in reverse. And the Three of Swords in reverse. So what I'm seeing here, I'm gonna tell you the first energy that I perceived here is that some people might be saying about you that you could be slightly impulsive. So when you are upset about something or offended from somebody, you're just going to blank everything and start fresh from new and cut this person away. I can see that with the King of Swords and the Four of Cups and the Fool. So you might be very impulsive and just turn the page and absolutely blank this person out or this project out. So because you're a free spirit, you will always just want to please your needs, and sometimes because of that childlike energy, people might think that you would be slightly impulsive. Okay, as soon as something goes wrong in a relationship, you're just going to cut them out without really giving a new chance. That's what I'm seeing. As well, it could be that when you're not achieving the results that you wanted to achieve, so what happened is that you're just going to decide, right, that wasn't for me, then next. Okay, so as we saw before, you might have a lot of interests, a lot of hobbies, or you might be curious about lots of different things. Could be lots of different sports, lots of different arts, lots of different countries to travel in, lots of different instruments to play, to try, or different performances. You try them, you're really open-minded to try them, you really throw yourself into it, and as soon as you find one of those being slightly difficult, you're just going to cross your arms in front of your chest and being like, that's it now, I'm not going to try anymore, because you feel like you have been a failure. So you're just going to cut the activity off of your list. And I feel it's because you're really tempted to try anything. You just a bit impulsive trying, or you're just really tempted by life in general, because you have such a enthusiasm about being alive. You just want to try all the cakes on the table, right? But then if you don't like one, you're just gonna spit it out and be like, oh, next, even though you like put all of your hands inside of it. I hope this is not offensive. It's just like a childlike type of image that came into my mind about cake that I want to just eat all of the cakes in front of them, like really impulsively. But it's not a bad thing to be greedy in life, in terms of wanting to try new experiences, wanting to feel alive. Is beautiful. But yes, people might be saying that you drop an activity a little too fast. And as well, that you could be slightly a drama queen with this world in reverse and the Three of Swords in reverse. It feels like your whole world is going to fall apart when something doesn't go the way you want it to. So that's why people might be saying that you're slightly naive or innocent or childlike. So it might be hard for you to move past heartbreak and the recovering, or close a chapter. I mean, but it could actually be for some of you, it could be the opposite, that yes, you actually close a chapter way too quick, way too soon, and that you actually cut yourself off your emotions. You don't want to feel that desperation, so you're just gonna bottle up all of your feelings and turn the page, start a new chapter, and you don't even sit with those feelings. You don't want to admit that you are heartbroken. You're just going to say, fine, that wasn't for me, next. You're going to try and be really detached and cold about it, but within yourself you might actually be heartbroken. But yeah, it seems that with the world in reverse, you might close a chapter too quick, or at least that's what they say behind your back. King of Wands in reverse and Eight of Cups in reverse. Resistant to move away from something that does not serve you anymore. So some of you might say about you, that you put your energy into the wrong direction sometimes. So at times you might actually be stubborn and wanting to make something work even though everybody can see around you that is not going to work. So it's quite the opposite feeling as before. So sometimes you drop it instantly as soon as you notice that it's not working for you, but other times you get stubborn and you don't want to let go of it even though it's important that you do, because it does not serve your soul growth anymore, but you cannot realize that, you cannot recognize that. So especially, oh, I see, you cannot walk away from a charmer from players. You might be very attracted to players that are really good looking, really attractive, charming, and lure you into their life and then eventually drop you whenever they don't need you anymore, and you have a really hard time letting go of them. Ace of Swords. At the same time though, as we saw before, you have no problem in cutting off your life people that are not interesting to you anymore. Ace of Swords and Eight of Wands. Really good communicator. Although you can be way too chatty, way too witty for some people, or way too honest. So for some people it's a little too strong. But definitely they can see how you have really clear goals. You're really determined into achieving what you want. There's a lot of clarity and a lot of honesty and truth about you. And again, this attitude to start new things. You really like a new beginning. Six of Swords and King of Pentacles. Oh, look at this. So people say about you that you get stuck on the wrong partners that are actually abusive of you and that are taking advantage of you, selfish and just into themselves and quite narcissistic, and you move on, you move away from the good guys instead that are like reliable and lovable and honest and more predictable and very generous, that would give you the entire life. You just are disinterested in them. So people might say about you that you might have some wounds that you're not sitting in with that Three of Swords in reverse. So some childhood wounds as well that you haven't been healed, and therefore some daddy issues, therefore it makes you be attracted towards the wrong people. As well with this Ace of Swords and the Eight of Wands, some people might be saying about you that you really like new beginnings so much that it's not a problem for you to keep dating a new person every so often, because you might be addicted to that feeling, but then it's not necessarily something that you would invest into. Tower. What's this? Judgment. And Nine of Swords. So people might say about you that you are a little worried about other people's judgment. You think about that a lot. Sometimes it's really on your mind and it makes you really explosive. It makes you very fiery. It makes you drop all of the good foundations as well. That's what I'm seeing. So you feel really uncomfortable when somebody is judging you, and it feels like something inside of you is crumbling down to pieces, because maybe your sense of self depends a lot on other people's judgment. Okay, so let me get some oracle cards for you. So I have this little bunch of oracle cards that I picked even before your reading. So let's see what we have. There is Falcon. I hope I pronounced this well. And the Falcon is about somebody that clearly has a lot of fire, a lot of energy, but also somebody that as soon as things becomes tricky and troublesome, they turn into fire to escape. Okay, so people might be saying about you that when things become tricky, you just escape really quick. And that's what we saw before, that at times you might be impulsive and just decide to close a chapter very quickly just because it doesn't satisfy you entirely. So you might take that decision to move away from it a little too soon and not challenge yourself enough. Then we have as well another red card, the Burning Man. And the Burning Man is like the Three of Cups, speak about these willing to celebrate with others, to maintain friendship, to take care of friendship as well. Burning Man reminds me of course, that big festival in America, if I'm not wrong, and therefore it seems that you're really into festivals, that you would always want to throw a party, that you will always be saying yes to any party that people offers you, or you might be really willing to host a festival or a party in your house. Again, this creative energy, alternative vibe about you is coming out from here, this free-spirited person. So you might be a little of a hippie, and as well the fact that you picked the fairy deck and there is so many elements of nature, so you might be pretty much reflecting one of those people that would always want to go to festivals and have a great time and have fun and try lots of new things and hang out with friends, and yeah, just really, really enjoying life and feeling free to express yourself and being really extravagant and eclectic. Yes, so very vibrant energy. And then I see there is Frog here. So people might be saying to you that you need to heal yourself more. That maybe you go to a lot of these parties, excuse my voice, or that yes, you throw yourself into whatever new activity, whatever new performance, but then you don't spend enough time to nourish yourself, to nourish your soul, to go back into the water, which is your element, the element where you were born. So that you spend a lot of time into these fiery energies, but not enough into your watery element. So yeah, people might think that you party way too much or you do drugs way too much, and I hope that's not offensive. I just mean, like creative recreational drugs. And if you do, and that you maybe should spend a little more time in taking care of yourself and taking care of your health. And also we have Key, Tree, and Lady. So people might be saying that with the Key and the Tree, that you need to take care of your health more as well. Those two cards say the same, because the Key is always the card that speaks about what is necessary, what is important, what is urgent that you receive in your life. And the Tree, it's about feeling grounded, rooting yourself, but also it's about taking care of your health. So that really makes sense. And this lady as well reminds me of somebody that is overworking yourself, or also underestimating your abilities, or being mistreated by others, being abused by others. So people might think that if you are a performancer, that you give your service offer your service for too cheap price, that you could actually ask for more. Then we have the hazel. Let me see what the hazel is about, because I forgot. Oh yes, that you might actually, people might say about you that you might waste your energy too much into having too many ideas, or being part of too many situations. And so basically you might be saying yes to everything, to every activity that has been offered to you. You will say yes because you feel like you have the energy, but then people think that you should have more boundaries, and say no when it's needed because you're overworking yourself. Did I have another card? No, that's everything. So let me know, guys, if it has resonated with you. I'd love to hear from you, and I'll answer to each one of your comments. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you haven't done it yet. It would truly make a huge difference. And you can hit the notification bell down below if you want to be notified anytime that I publish a new video, which happens multiple times every single week. So if you don't want to miss out, if you want to be the first one watching, then just hit the bell. And if you would like to have more ways to support the channel, there is a donate button down below in the info box, or as well as the Amazon wishlist if you would like to send a deck my way. All of those things are absolutely appreciated and accepted, but you are not obliged to do any of that. And for the rest, if you are interested to get a private reading with me or a Reiki healing session, I am available, and you can just contact me with the email that you're going to find in the info box. And that's really everything. Thank you so much for being so loyal to the channel. I really love you so much, and can't wait to see you again in the next video. Let's chat in the info box below, by the way. See you really soon. Bye bye, guys.